Hello, everyone, and welcome to Yoga Foundations with Laura. I am Laura, and I'm excited to start this journey with you. And also pay attention because next week there'll be a intro to yoga class, and so that's where you're going to get into some of these moves that we'll be talking about today, but then also some other fun moves. So I won't be doing a lot of on our hands and knees today, not a lot on the ground per se, because I had wrist surgery on Monday. And so that was just about 4 days ago. So we are going to do a lot of other fun yoga moves, talk about yoga, what it means, do some nice breathing exercises, and kind of go from there. Please use the chat feature to say hello, and I would love to see you here. Hi, Suzanne. Oh, I knew Suzanne was going to be here. Hello. And let me know if my mic is too loud or not loud enough, and we will get started here. All right. I'm going to open up my curtains a little bit. It's a little dark in here. Hopefully, it's a nice sunny day where you are. Okay. So, we're going to start here on the floor. And again, we'll mainly be on the floor, just not on our hands and knees, and then we'll be standing up for the last couple. So, I just wanted to start off and explain to you what yoga is. If you don't know what yoga is essentially a spiritual discipline which focuses on bringing harmony for both your mind and your body. And so it's a great experience for all of us, especially when we're stressed out or we're looking for something different in our lives. It really focuses on our mind-body connection, and it's a wonderful practice to try. So wonderful. Hi, Anna. Anna's going to cheer me on today. Okay. So we're going to first start with some relaxation breathing exercises. And so in yoga, there is a wide variety of different breathing exercises. It's great because at the end of a yoga practice or in the beginning, it really centers your mind and body. So if we're coming here stressed or um, fatigued or have a lot of anxiety, it kind of helps us start and refocus on ourselves. And so my favorite is called Nadi Shohana, or alternate nostril breathing. I've done this many times and it's really great just to set aside our anxiety and our stress, like I said, and focus on us right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb and your pointer finger, really any of your fingers that feels comfortable. And we're going to take our thumb first here, and we're going to just block that left nostril, and we're going to breathe in through our nose through the right side, filling up our stomach, and then we take our finger and we pinch that side and exhale through the left. So then we inhale here, pinch, switch nostrils, and exhale through that nostril. Inhale, pinch, exhale. So continue doing this, following your own breath, your own rhythm. Sitting in a way that is comfortable for you. You can close your eyes or keep them open. Give me 2 more cycles of breath here. And gently lower that hand down. We're still going to inhale through both nostrils now, and exhale through both nostrils. 2 more times here. Inhale and exhale. can slowly open your eyes. I don't know about you, but I feel very relaxed. And that's the point of this Nadi Shonana, if this alternate nostril breathing. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, friends. I had some technical issues, and it seemed like um, there was maybe some other friends who had tech issues too. So I am so sorry. Let's get back right to it, and I'll get our music playing again. Bear with me. We are still here. We're still going back. Good thing we just started. So, all right, just bear with me, friends. Okay. Got our music. Perfect. Okay. Let me make sure I got everything squared away here. Okay. And here we go. Yes, Anna, YouTube has been terrible with lots of issues. I agree, obviously. All right, well, let's get started again. Okay. So, perfect. All right. Come on back to the seated position, friends. All right, so again, we're going to go into the easy pose. And so just because it's called easy doesn't mean that we're not going to be working hard, right? It's just kind of the first step here to add on more things. And so we're going to start crisscross applesauce style. And we're going to feel those hip bones, those sit bones, and feeling them pressing against the earth here. So whatever body part is touching the ground here, really pressing into the earth. My shoulders are down and back. My head is going to be above my heart over my pelvis. Nice tall spine. And in yoga, we really want to concentrate on our breathing. And so all through this whole practice, we're really going to try to concentrate on breathing in through our nose, filling up our belly, and out through our mouth. So you can have your palms up, facing the sky. Again, you can keep your eyes closed or leave them open here. Again, we're just adjusting ourselves here, feeling nice and tall. So it's kind of two things. We're grounding, but then we're also lifting with our heart and chest up, lifting with the crown of our head. And breathing. Next, we're going to bring our chin to our chest here very slowly, rounding our spine. Again, you can keep those eyes closed, giving ourselves kind of an upper body massage here. Still breathing, rounding those shoulders forward. Finding this inner stillness, this inner calm. Nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. We're going to lift our head back up, bringing our shoulders back down. Again, lifting that chest, lifting through the crown of our head. Let's do it one more time. Tuck that chin into your chest, rounding that neck forward, rounding those shoulders forward. And again, nice and slowly, come on up. All right, so again, we're still going to be in the seated position here. Next is we're going to do the bound ankle pose. So we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. You can do one foot at a time, like bring your right heel in and then your left heel. Bring it as close to your pelvis as you can. All right, sitting nice and tall still, head over heart, heart over pelvis. And let's bring our thumbs to kind of massage the arches of our feet. Now, I don't want you thinking of this as kind of that butterfly where I'm pushing my knees down. I want you thinking of our thigh muscles here lifting and then going back and down. Okay, so it's a lift and back and down. Massaging here the arches of our feet, just giving them a little hello, how are you? Now, when you're done giving your arches a little massage, put both of your fingertips behind you and try to scoot your pelvis a little closer again to those heels. Now, if that's too uncomfortable for you, don't do that. You can also have a blanket underneath your tailbone, kind of just pushing you up a little bit and toward the heels. So the heels are going to be a little closer to you. Again, still nice tall spine. If you think of yourself slouching, if you feel yourself slouching here, like that's okay. You're just starting yoga. And just kind of remind yourself, gently remind yourself, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Thinking of the thighs up and down. Next, we're going to interlace our fingers and with our toes. So we're just going to kind of grab onto our toes here, sitting nice and tall, shoulders down and back. And we are going to do a little hinge. And so we're leading with our chest. Again, thinking of a nice tall spine, thinking of a broomstick from the top of your head to your tailbone. And we're going to slowly bring ourselves forward. Now go as far as you're comfortable while keeping that good posture, keeping that back nice and flat. Feeling this stretch and this flexibility that is going to be in your thighs and pelvis. Still breathing. Remember, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Slowly return to center. And you can have your fingers around your toes still. What you're going to do is you're going to round that back, bringing your chin to your chest. We're going to try to bring our nose to those toes. Now go as far as you're comfortable. And then nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, bringing it up to center. All right, now I want you to get in seated position. Of course, we are at a seated position, but we're going to actually lay flat on our backs. So get there in whatever way is comfortable for you. I'm just going to check something here. All right. We're going to go flat on our backs, and this time we're going to do that bound ankle pose, but on our backs. So It's going to be fun. So we're just going to start with our feet on the earth, head, neck, and shoulders resting here. And just take a moment to get comfortable, letting our shoulders come back down. And same thing, like we were seated, we are going to bring both the soles of our feet together. And as best as you can, bringing those heels to your pelvis, letting those knees just drop. So we have kind of an advantage here because gravity is helping us push those knees down. Just finding what feels good here for you. Again, you might not have a big angle like I do. It might be more like this. That's okay. You're just learning. Taking a few deep breaths here. If you want, you can engage the core a little bit by kind of sucking in that belly button a little bit, having our low back nice and flat on the floor. Again, you can even touch kind of where your hip bones are, kind of feel that tension there. You can assist a little bit of the stretching using your hands if you want to. And just breathe. I like to hold these poses for about 5 to 10 breaths and then move on to the next. But because we're learning today, we might be in poses a little bit longer just to get you comfortable. All right. Let's slowly bring our knees back in. Get our feet flat on the floor. And we're going to go into a simple bridge pose. And so kind of a good rule of thumb is when your arms are down here, when your fingertips should be where your heels are. So it might feel a little uncomfortable to you, especially if you're used to bridges that are way out here. We are bringing our heels in to where our fingertips are, okay? Again, let's suck in that belly button, flattening that low back, just activating that core a little bit here. Press in those fingertips into the ground if you can. And what you're going to do is you're going to think of pushing in through the heels, lifting your pelvis up and out towards your heels, okay? So up and out. Shoulders are flat on the floor. Thinking up and out. Pressing those fingertips in. Now, you never want to turn your head with this. So if at all possible, don't look at the screen if it's on your left or right. Keep your spine nice and straight, tucking that tailbone up. And let's exhale, bring our hips back down. Whew. All right, let's try it again. Pressing in through the heels, up with those hips, up and out. Fingertips touching the earth, or they can grab onto your mat if you need. Inhale, exhale, bring it back down. Let's do 3 more. So we're going to push up nice and slow. And exhale, bring it down. Keep going up. And bring it down. Give me 2 more. Up. And down. 1 more, friends. Up. And down. Oof. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Loosening up the tension on the low back. You can rock back and forth if you want to. Giving your low back a little massage as well. Oh, yeah. All right, let's set those feet again down on the floor here. My legs are a little warm. That's good. Now we're going to extend our arms. We're going to inhale actually first. Inhale, bring those arms up above your head. Exhale, bring them down to your side here. And you're going to have piano fingers, so you're going to touch every single finger onto the floor. We are going to do a reclined spinal twist. So it's kind of feel like our spine is a sponge, right? And we're just wringing it out. And it also activates our core. So we're going to work on that here. Let's bring our heels up. Both knees are bent. Again, just flattening that low back here, activating that core a little bit. And gently, very gently, we're going to drop those heels to our right hand. Now, if you're a beginner in yoga, maybe this is as far as you go, and that's okay. With time, you are going to do great with this spinal twist. So I'm just dropping my heels down, dropping my knees down to that right side. So I feel that twisting in my stomach. Now what we want to do too is my left shoulder will want to pop up. It's a very sassy move, but today for yoga, we want to push that shoulder down towards the earth. If this is comfortable, then we're going to take our gaze, take our head, and we're going to look over to the left side. Still breathing, keeping those fingertips down on the earth. All right. On our next inhale, we're going to slowly lift those knees back up and exhale. Now let's go to the other side. So we're going to drop those heels down to the left side, looking over our right, keeping that right shoulder on the earth, keeping those fingertips spread out if you can. Still breathing, maintaining that breath. And let's bring those knees back to center. Bring those feet down. All right. Let's go in a seated position again, and go nice and slow and get there however way is comfortable for you. We're going to go into staff pose. And so we're going to sit here nice and tall. Heels down on the earth. Toes are pointed up and towards you. And again, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Kind of feeling the activation here in our legs and our quads. Standing tall. Remember our thigh bones or thigh muscles come up and down. So like we're bringing them up and then pushing them back down. Now, if you feel that your posture is being compromised here, if you feel your back rounding, again, we're just learning, and so this might be difficult for you, but I would suggest putting a towel or a blanket underneath your tailbone, and that should help with your posture. And again, just gently remind yourself, head over heart, heart over pelvis. You can also bend those knees slightly too if you're feeling that that posture is being compromised. So you can have a little bend in those heels, or excuse me, knees. All right. Roll those ankles out, relax those legs. We're going to go and we're going to start next standing up exercises. So we're going to do Warrior 2, standing wide-legged forward fold, and triangle. So we're going to come to a standing position. I'll lift my camera up so you can see me. Okay. Let me take a quick drink here after talking so much. Oh, and fix my camera. Okay. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, jeez, Louise. Okay. All right, so we're going to have a nice wide stance here. And you're going to have your arms out to your sides. Now, shoulders down and back. If you need to, you can kind of scoop open those hands so those palms are facing the sky if you'd like, or keep them down. But I want shoulders down and back. Now, people say, oh, 3 to 4 feet apart with your legs. And really, we're all different heights. And so I find it convenient to measure my wrist to my heel. So that's as wide as you should be for these exercises here. So wrist to heel. All right. So we're just going to first concentrate on our feet, right? We're going to press into that earth, feel grounding in that earth. Now, if you're too wide, you feel unstable, then bring it in a little bit. We're going to make sure that our arches aren't collapsing, that we're kind of going out here. Press each toe into the earth, kind of tucking underneath our pelvis. Core is sucked in towards our spine. And we're just going to find our stability here, finding our power here. And again, just like I'm grounding down, I'm also lifting up. So I'm also reaching with the crown of my head and breathing here. Once you find that stability, then we can begin our Warrior 2 poses. So we're going to first do it on our right and then do it on our left. So that right foot is going to turn out to the long way of your mat here. And our left foot is going to turn in a little bit too. Okay, so right toes are pointing, my left toes are turning in, my legs are nice and straight here. And so I just want you to feel this for a moment, because again, if you've never done yoga, this is going to feel completely weird. You can put your hands on your hips here. And instead of turning our upper body in towards our right, we're going to turn so we're open here, right? Now, you can always readjust this here in just a moment after we start bending that right knee. But for right now, let's just keep our hips wide open. Again, hands on your hips. We're going to bend that forward knee. I don't want that knee over those toes. So if you need to creep up a little bit more with that right foot, go ahead. And then we're going to send those arms out, really reaching with those fingertips. sending that energy out through your fingertips. Still planting, making sure that you have a good foundation here. Chest is open, hips are open. Keeping those shoulders down and back. Belly button is sucked in, pelvis is tucked underneath us, having a nice strong base, a nice strong core here. Inhale, let's bring it back up. And exhale. Let's do it one more time with this right side, bending that right foot, going down into this warrior two. Now also too, when you're bending, I want you to be able to see your big toe on that right side. So with that knee bent, make sure you can still see that big toe. Inhale, bring it back in, and exhale. All right, bring those feet wide again. Toes are pointing the same direction forward. Bring those arms up, and now we're gonna do it to the left side. So I'm gonna turn my left toe out towards the long way of my mat. And my right toes are just gonna come in a little bit here. Okay, arms are up, shoulders are open, hips are open, and let's go into that left warrior two. So again, bending with that knee, making sure I can still see those big toes. If I can't, readjusting here. All of a sudden got a cramp in my leg. Oh, I'm just full of problems today. Hold that warrior two. I can see that big toe. Great. Inhale. Let's straighten that left heel, or excuse me, left knee. Arms come up. Let's bend it down again into warrior two. Again, pelvis is tucked underneath us, belly button is sucked in, shoulders are down and back. Feeling strong, sending that energy out through the fingertips. And back to center. Why don't we go into triangle pose here while we're here, because it's very similar to warrior two. So nice wide stance. Again, my wrists and my heels are going to be parallel from each other. What I'm going to do is I'm still going to turn that right toe to the long part of my mat. My left foot is going to come in a little bit. But this time I'm not bending that right knee. I'm keeping it straight, soft, not locked in, soft, but again, not completely bent. I still have my arms up, nice and tall. Again, checking my posture here. Feeling that stability in the bottom, feeling that growth and that stillness all the way up through the crown of my head. And what you're going to do is you can take your right hand and put it in the creases here right on top of your hips, and we're going to bend down here. So we're just bending towards that right leg. Left arm is going to be up. Now, if you want, you can send that right hand down. Now, if you're still, again, new here, you can take your forearm to that leg, that thigh, or you can go all the way to the floor. Having a nice, tall spine here. My arms are nice and tall and aligned with each other here. So my right hand is going to the inner part of that arch of that right foot. Now, again, depending on where your journey is, you might be up here, you might be all the way down here. That's okay. Still breathing. Let's do inhale here. Exhale, bring it back up. All right. Bring those feet again, pointing forward, nice wide stance. Let's go to the left side. So left heels point to the long end of our mat, to that side, of our mat. Right toes come in just a little bit. Nice tall stance. You can bring that left hand if you want, kind of right on top of those hips as you bend and you feel that side bend here. You can bring that right arm up. And if you feel comfortable, bringing that left hand down and up. Keeping that chest open, kind of pushing your pelvis here. So we're kind of following where the leg is. So where the leg movement is. So all the way from the bottom, all the way through your leg, feeling that energy and that power coming down here. So my hips are not alone in this movement. I'm taking that movement and that energy from that right foot. Inhale and exhale as we come back up. All right. We're almost there, friends. You guys are doing great. Just take a moment, shake out what you guys shake out here. We are going to do standing wide leg forward fold. So that's a lot coming out here, but it's really great for anxiety, really great just to feel centered, especially if you've had a bad day. This is really going to help you kind of refocus. So again, nice wide stance, pressing in through the heels. We're going to bring our big toes slightly in, and we are going to press, put both of our hands here right on top of our hips. Soft knees. You're going to want to feel your knees collapsing in. Try to keep them back. Nice tall head over heart, heart over pelvis. I'm going to scoot back here a little bit because you'll be able to see me a little bit better when I go down. Okay. Now what I want you to do is I want, again, soft knees. We're not locking those knees. And I want you to have a nice tall spine, and we're going to hip hinge here, going about halfway. Shoulders down and back. Bring your rib cage in together. Don't let it kind of wing out. Bring them in together, activating that core. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, back up. All right. This time I'm going to have you put your hands on where your creases are here, not on top of your hips, but right below your hips here, right below your hip bones. And we're going to feel ourselves creasing in half here. Halfway. Nice tall spine from your tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. Nice and slowly back up. All right, this time we're going to go all the way down to the floor. So you're going to have your hands on your creases here of your hips, slowly bending down. Trying to bring your crown to your floor. But first, let's put our hands down here. Fingertips, each one down on the floor. Having nice straight arms. Excuse my right arm, but imagine both my left and my right. Now, if you feel comfortable, bring both those hands closer so they're right in line with those arches. Floor. If you need to widen out a little bit, go ahead. Keeping those elbows tucked in, don't wing them out, keep them tucked in. Again, soft knees, breathing here.
Nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Come on up.
Shoulders down and back. Let's do that one more time here. So let's start off with a nice flat back. Keeping it flat. Bringing your hands down. Again, not collapsing in those shoulders, keeping those shoulders back as much as possible. Trying to bring that crown of your head down to the floor.
Again, elbows in. Nice and slowly come back up.
All right. Shake out what you have to shake out here. And then come back to the floor. And again, in whichever way feels comfortable for you. You can go back into that easy pose with crisscross applesauce, or you can go into that bound ankle pose with our bottom of our feet together, whatever is comfortable for you here. And I just want us to come back to where we started here. So making sure our sit bones are pressing firmly into the ground. Our head is over our heart, heart over our pelvis. Opening up those hands. Chest is lifted, heart is open. Just taking a moment here. You worked really hard. And again, I really encourage you to watch beginner yoga next week with Anna. She's going to go into a lot of moves and a lot of flow, and not just the moves that we saw today, but many more. And so please tune in to that. And yeah, it's going to be great. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And just sit here. Let's go back and finish with a Nadi Shodhana again, that alternate nostril breathing. And then I will send you on your way. So start with whatever nostril you want to start with. We're going to breathe in through one nostril, hold, exhale through the other. Breathe in, hold, exhale. Again, following your breath, following your own pace. Give me 2 more cycles here. Palms down, breathing in and out through both nostrils now. And slowly open your eyes. You can rest here a little bit more if you need to. But thank you for joining me, friends. and have a great day. Namaste.